I just wanna ride my bike, yeah. I'm just sick of always watching the news. I just wanna go outside, yeah. Spend a weekend way up top with a view.
Hey, what is up, everybody? It's been a while, but I've been abroad for a month, so that is the main reason why I haven't been uploading. But we're getting back on track into getting the podcast back in the groove of recording some podcasts. So you're listening to the Rim Break podcast, episode number 4, and we are going to press on the brakes on life a little bit and appreciate some of the businesses around us. I'm your host, Albert, and I am on my bike right now. So today we're going to have a little bit of fun with our little business that we're going to learn about. We're going to learn about this game called Exploding Kittens, and they were just revolutionary. So let's jump right into this. Okay. Sorry for the wind. So this is a card game, and I will give you a rundown of the rules. So I'm also testing out this new product that I just got on Amazon. It's a bike phone holder for your bike, and it's pretty sweet. It's working out, because last time I was just trying to bike with my hands free and talk while I was biking, and that was not working out. So yeah, I'm gonna try to find some less windy areas. But yeah, this is how to play Exploding Kittens. So you just get some players, 2 to 10 players. They give you a deck of cards. Place the deck of cards face down, and you have a deck of cards for your hand. And those are some action cards that you have. And there are some exploding kitten cards, and if you pull out, oh, it's super windy here, but if you pull out a exploding kitten card, you explode and die, and they are out of the game. But there are other cards that can protect you from that, like the diffuse card that diffuses the exploding kitten effect. And okay, sorry about that wind. I have found a less windy area to record, so here we go again. So the diffuse card basically stops you from losing and or exploding, and let me not get hit. But the diffuse card is then put into a discard pile, and the person who would have exploded gets to put the exploding kitten card back into the deck, but they cannot look into the deck. So there are other cards in this deck that will help you avoid getting the exploding kitten card. So these cards are called action cards, and you can play as many as you want, and drawing from the pile until your turn ends. You lose if you get an exploding, and this is the last one standing wins. So these other cards that I just talked about were some of the there's a nope card that can be played at any time, and you can counter another nope, and you can turn it into a yup. And a nope card can stop any action except a diffuse or exploding kitten card. And if you want 2 or 3 of a kind, I turn the pedal, 3 of a kind of these cards that don't really do anything. Let's say you get the tacocat or the hairy potato cat. You get to steal a card from another player in their hand at random. And if you get a 3 of a kind, you get to say a card, and they have to give it to you. But if they don't have that card, then you're just out of luck. So it's pretty good to keep count of what you have. Okay. On to the story behind Exploding Kittens, like their startup phase. So it's kind of like the Russian roulette with a deck of cards. That's how it started. It was like Russian roulette with a deck of cards, and the joker was a bomb. And once you pulled the joker, you lost. And it was pretty boring at the start, but they developed a set of rules and changed their name to Exploding Kittens. And teams are, but the team consisted of Shane Swall, Ellen Lee. These guys were former Xbox Entertainment Studios colleagues, and the artist was Matt Inman. He developed all of the art, and he was an artist for the popular webcomic The Oatmeal. Let's see what else I got on here. They raised almost $9 million and broke every Kickstarter record. That's pretty amazing. And you can buy the game at Target for $30. And what made them like succeed was just getting a crowd and a community to have a successful Kickstarter. A bit safer here, which is nice. So the Kickstarter campaign, and why I think this game is a success. So I just think the artwork is just outstanding. It's really fun. So the artwork is just outstanding. It's really easy to understand and just set up the game, and just really fun and easy to play. But just the art just makes it so enticing to play. And the title too, Exploding Kittens, you're like, what? It just grabs your attention really well. It's also a very low cost game. It's only about $20 to $30 depending on what you get. A wide audience can play this game from lots of different ages, and it'll still be really fun. You can play as a group, big, small, 2 to 10 people. It's a really easy way to break the ice and just have just work on your social skills. And there's just fun cards like the tacocat or hairy potato cat. So their Kickstarter campaign was just very community oriented and just had some really awesome rewards, like the $20 donation that would get you the Exploding Kittens game. So it's pretty low cost. 56 cards, instructions, and a nifty little box. $35 would get you the original Exploding Kittens deck and a not safe for work deck. And $100 would get you 4 decks in total, 2 regular decks and 2 signed decks. And $500 would get you 2 signed decks, 2 unsigned decks, and 3 custom cards drawn by the founders. So pretty cool. And after the Exploding Kittens storm, let's say after their huge Kickstarter success, they've gone and done some other big things as well. The first, it started off with the first Exploding Kittens, and it was just a success, and they just had a lot of support, and they decided to release an expansion pack called Exploding Kittens. And then they released a Exploding Kittens game in the App Store, and it happened to reach the number one spot in the App Store worldwide. So it's pretty big deal. And then they created another game called Bears versus Babies, and that was also Kickstarter backed. And their recent release was called You've Got Crabs, also another card game. And they also have various expansion packs as well. All of these games are pretty fast to learn and pretty easy to learn. And they have a very communal, and they're very communal and kid friendly. So, and they just currently are shining in their field. They're just so unique and so different, and that's probably a main reason why they're just so successful. I believe that if you do everything right and just be very honest with your work, that you'll definitely be paid off in the future. So I think that's exactly what happened here. Just a bunch of hardworking team, and they created a really great product. Just very honest, engaged the community, and it was just overall really great. And they organically grew their following, and yeah, that's how you can raise that much money. Oh, I think I forgot a couple of slides. Yeah, let's talk about their Kickstarter success and how Exploding Kittens became the most backed Kickstarter project of all time at that moment. But that was around 3 years ago, and as of 2018, Exploding Kittens resides on the number 7 list of the most fun projects on Kickstarter. Still pretty amazing, but this episode is not about Kickstarter. It's about the success of Exploding Kittens, and they just use Kickstarter as a platform. And remember what a Kickstarter is. It is what you use on a motorcycle to get the engine going. So their original goal was $10,000, and by the time Exploding Kittens Kickstarter campaign closed, they had 219,000 backers with a total of $8.7 million dollars donated. So this is just insane. And they made this like a living and breathing project, because they just had their community and following, and they made their game so interactive, and they built the game with their customers, or their fan base and their following. So that was really really nice of them. And that's how the not safe for work version became an actual product. So yeah, the extra money that they got, they just needed $10,000, but they raised $8.8 million. But the extra money that they had, they used that to, it wasn't really extra, but it went towards the production of the game, getting them all printed and getting the boxes made and all that kind of good stuff. So what made this game a success? I think making this game was a success because it just combined the two internet favorites, cats and explosions. So yeah, Exploding Kittens. The engaging concept and artwork just made it very visually appealing for people. So yeah, thank you for listening to the podcast. Still getting back into the podcast, not as much energy, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, this is where we're at right now. We're going to rebuild and try to get in the groove of things. But just want to give you a quick update on the company. We changed the name to Bikebudie. Yeah, Bikebudie. And yeah, the bike racks are made, and we are ready to do some testing and beat them up and just try to improve on the design. Yeah, but it's been a while. I'm gonna be uploading more frequently, so I'm really stoked about that. And shout out to Triathlon for letting us use their song Distant in the introduction. Pretty cool song. I like it. Go check them out. I think they're going on tour soon, so buy your tickets. This is not a advertisement for them.